GM everybody, today I wanted to come on to do a slightly different video to what I normally do. Normally I do kind of demos and walkthroughs of how you can do things on the Orderly network, but today I wanted to actually just do a bit of an overview of the Orderly network website, which is something I've been meaning to do since they revamped it a couple of months ago. So let's take a look at that. So first of all, the website is orderly.network. And when you get there, you land on this homepage. And I don't want to take you through every single element, but just really some of the areas that I think you may find most useful and be able to get the most information out of. So on your landing screen, gives you the tagline, and then it tells you, it gives you direct links to take you through to information about building with Orderly. Which if I click that, it'll take you through to a bit of information about what is Orderly and all the various pieces of information that you will need to build on either EVM or build on NEAR. If I go back, you also have the option to click Trade on Orderly, which will take you through to all the various information on all the various applications that are employing Orderly to be their liquidity layer and are tapping into that. So just scrolling down a bit, this asks the question, why do builders choose Orderly? Really, there's a bunch of reasons, main things being that you've got CX level performance, it's decentralized, and you avoid liquidity fragmentation because it's all sorted for you by Orderly. Also, you can see here that the Orderly contracts are audited by Zelic, which is one of the most respected audit companies within the crypto space. Explore Orderly's vibrant ecosystem. So there's over 1 billion in trading volume, which is amazing, bearing in mind Omnichain has only been live for a few months, and over 113,000 traders, which really is incredibly impressive, and it really does just keep going up week after week. So this is a little bit about the Orderly SDK software development kit, which I'll touch on above, but one of the nice things about this development kit is that you can develop the front end infrastructure as well as all the API hooks that you may need to use. But yeah, it's you can see here it's a pretty nice animation showing you how you can customize this SDK, but I'll show you how you can do that. And then also it lists out the different use cases. So the whole idea with Orderly is that it's not just one single use case, but basically it's the back-end infrastructure for multiple different use cases, so it can follow the narratives as they change in the crypto space. So we've got certain use cases such as brokers, which is what we see quite a bit at the minute. You've got aggregators, which is what we're starting to see as well with the likes of LogX and Voy. You've got wallets, so on the NEAR side you've got a couple of wallets such as Here Wallet and Sender Wallet that are tapping into the Orderly network liquidity. You've also got high frequency trading use cases, trading bots, which is fairly similar or could be fairly similar, hedging opportunities, and then also games and dApps. You have to remember that Orderly is part of the backend infrastructure. It's a layer 2, so it's relatively easy. It's relatively efficient for games to really tap into that network and liquidity. And yeah, that's basically the home screen. So yeah, feel free to have a look around there. Up here in the tabs at the top, you've got the developer section. So I'll jump over to, there's various pieces of documentation. There's the GitHub if you want to see the code behind Orderly Network. But I'll jump over to the SDK just to show you what that looks like for the time being. And I want to show you the theme builder. So basically in the theme builder, you have all these elements, and it's basically illustrating what it will look like in your app. But over here, you could choose different colors. So say I want to select that color there, and that will change that. I'm trying to find, I don't know what color does what thing. Say I want to have a really green app, I can go through and I can start to change these different elements so that they are green. And definitely this is not going to be one of the nicer looking apps, but you know, it's pretty fun to have a play around with. I definitely recommend having a go on that. I'm just trying to see there, that's now changed to a green color. Yeah, maybe I should stick to the day job and not become a what do you call it? I shouldn't shouldn't make GUIs, but yeah, it's really cool. It's not something I've seen before in the crypto space. You also have the options to switch between what it will look like on desktop, the actual trading interface. You can also go and say what will this look like in on mobile phone or tablet. So yeah, really, really cool, nice feature. And then the actual back-end infrastructure, all your hooks and everything, you've also got all that information within the SDK. This search box in the Orderly SDK is also AI powered. So what you can do is you can search things like get trade or something like that, and it will bring up the most relevant piece of information in the documentation relating to what you've entered there. So it's a bit more powerful than a traditional search, which might only be looking for keywords. This will try to make sense of it and then pull up the most relevant information for you. Going back to the original website, so we've looked at the SDK. We can go to the Traders tab. So if we go and look at the actual dApps that are integrated with Orderly at the minute, it's split very nicely into EVM. So we've got Wi-Fi Pro and LogX currently. And I've been assured by the team that there are a lot more coming soon. So watch this space, this will fill up quite quickly. And then we've also got our near apps here. They've also put a disclaimer because obviously Orderly Network just basically provide the underlying infrastructure. The apps themselves are built by different teams, so they've got a bit of they've got a clause in there just to cover their backs. Going to the ecosystem now, you can go and look at the partners. This is probably the most alpha part of this video, I would say, but you can explore the ecosystem. It's got some of the key stats that we saw before, but a good way to see kind of who's working with Orderly Network and who's building dApps that haven't yet been released is going over to the Builder tab. And I think it was Arjun actually said in one of the Twitter spaces recently that this is a good place to go for some alpha. So here we go, I'm showing it to you. But basically it's a list of the different builders on Orderly Network. You've got some that are already live, such as Wi-Fi Pro. You've got Bitsy, who are live on Near. And then you've got some other ones. So the likes of Unidex, for example, which is a DeFi platform that you can trade perps with. It's got massive amounts of aggregated volume. Currently, they don't use Orderly Network, but Orderly Network is saying here on the Builders tab that they've got a relationship with them and they're building on it, so that's something to look out for in the future. And the same goes, you've got some of your near applications that are being used at the minute, and then you've got some others that are likely to come in the near future, such as Voy, which was recently announced on their website, on their Twitter, sorry. You've also got product information, not quite as exciting, and then your ecosystem information. So this is a good kind of indicator as to where Orderly on the chain may deploy next. So currently it's on Arbitrum and Optimism that there's vaults, but they've also listed Polygon, Avalanche, Scroll, Linea, so you can look out for these in the near future, I should think, based off this information. Obviously I'm speculating, but if it's on their website, it's a good indicator. And then in the last bit I want to touch on is the about section of the website. So here you can go in and you can look at the team. So we know that Orderly's got a very professional team. I think it's about 45 employees at the minute. But yeah, this just has a bit of information and the social links for Ran, who's the CEO, Terence, Arjun and Audrey. If you don't already, I recommend going on and following these guys. They're very active on Twitter, sharing a lot of the Orderly alpha when it gets released. So definitely check them out. But yeah, you can read about the background to Orderly Network, a little bit about the history, how it came to be, what problems it's trying to solve, and the various different investors that they have. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to show today. Definitely recommend everyone goes on to the orderly.network website and checks it out. They update it all the time with their most recent partnership announcements. So yeah, it's a good place to get all the information that you need. If you are a builder, then absolutely there's loads of documentation there. Check it out. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. On Twitter is probably the best place to get me. I can put you in contact with the team. They're always open to hearing about new use cases and new people who want to use Orderly to deploy their applications. So thank you very much everyone for tuning in today. Hope you all have a great day and catch you soon.